it.
Where else is it?
That's it. That's
A man is seen throwing a woman over his shoulder.
Gas stations are mundane, right? Well, these clips would like to disagree.
That's what Dr. Ronald McIntyre says helped him save a father and his teenage daughter.
From insane fires to ghosts and weird sightings, these gas stations were home to something unique, even terrifying. Sit tight and get ready for some surprises. Number 1. Ghosting around. Did this gas station camera capture a real ghost? You decide. At first, everything seems normal, but then a shadowy figure appears. It stands there for a second, then leaps to the left, climbing up the wall. Finally, it somehow phases through the wall and disappears. How creepy is that? Number 2. The fire suppressor malfunctioned. You've probably never seen anything like this before. The system was designed to suppress fires and prevent severe accidents at a malfunctioning gas station, causing significant disruption. The system suddenly activated independently, filling the entire gas station with fire suppressants. This created a challenging situation for customers and bystanders who struggled to see and breathe in the thick fog. Number 3. Put the lighter out. Some people genuinely don't understand that smoking at a gas station can be extremely dangerous. For example, this guy who was refueling his car while smoking a cigarette, ignoring the potential risks. Fortunately, another individual noticed the threat and quickly protected the station. Using a unique and creative method, he extinguished the cigarette, preventing a potentially dangerous incident. Number 4. The station is on fire. Gas station employees have a tough job cleaning up after rude customers daily, but this customer took rudeness to a new level by setting the station on fire. The man entered the station with a bucket of gasoline and started a fire. The station quickly went up in flames. Imagine the shock for the gas station employee when he returned to find the store reduced to ashes. This guy faces jail time, and the employee will get a day off. Number 5. The female thief. A masked woman burst in, brandishing a knife and demanding he open the cash register. With no other choice, the clerk complied and swiftly snatched all the money. She then demanded access to the safe.
I don't have key. I don't
Open
have
the
key.
safe.
I'm only working.
But the clerk explained that only his boss had the key. Frustrated and desperate, the thief bolted. The clerk immediately called the police, hoping they could catch her before she got too far. Number 6. Bold kidnapping at gas station. A kidnapping incident can be incredibly frightening for anyone to witness or become a victim of. Such an incident was captured on camera when a woman, exiting her SUV, attempted to run away from both her car and the kidnapper. However, she was suddenly pulled back by the kidnapper, who grasped her again and forcefully drove away with her. Number 7. Clerk ran for his life. In this video, a suspect armed with a knife approached and demanded money from the cash register. The situation quickly escalated when the clerk leaped over the counter and fled the store. Driven by urgency, the suspect forcibly removed the cash register drawer before escaping through the rear exit. As he fled, he discarded the drawer a short distance away. The police department is now seeking public assistance in connection with the incident. Number 8. Business shut down. Having cars crashing into your place of business is not something any businessman would ever want, but we don't always get the best of luck. Unfortunately, this businessman faced repeated misfortune as cars crashed into his gas station as if it were a stunt in a GTA game. The incidents didn't occur just once or twice, but 5 times, ultimately leading to the gas station's permanent closure. Number 9. Rental car shattered. It was a typical Monday afternoon for the victim, who was simply refueling his rental car when a vehicle full of suspects arrived. One of the robbers exited the car, shattered the back window of the victim's vehicle to gain access, and proceeded to steal the luggage and personal belongings inside. Meanwhile, another suspect threatened a 21-year-old, demanding his bracelets and watches.
Our son was hit with a gun multiple times. He was robbed violently, as his friends were as well.
The robbers also targeted the passengers, stealing their phones and wallets. Number 10. Horrible bystander. Things can get twisted when a tragic incident unfolds in front of dozens of eyes at a gas station. Security footage captured a horrifying scene where a man made a bold attempt to kidnap a woman by throwing her over his shoulder and casually walking away. The woman was seen running from the kidnapper, approaching bystanders, and even trying to hide under a truck. However, the kidnapper pulled her out and continued walking away with her while the bystanders did nothing to help. Number 11. Pettiest customer ever. When he entered the gas station, an angry man was in no mood for games. He asked the store employee some questions, but when he didn't get the answer he wanted, he stormed out. The man then used a blowtorch to set the store's entrance on fire, and it quickly went up in flames. Number 12. Not a good fit. This truck driver needs his license suspended. Somehow he has managed to get his truck stuck under the roof of the gas station. It is really wedged in there, and instead of leaving it alone and letting the pros handle it, he is still trying to move the truck. You can guess what happens next. It all comes falling down. Say goodbye to your job, buddy. Number 13. Sledgehammer guy. It was just another ordinary day for the gas station clerks until an old black man wearing a beanie and jacket came in, swinging a sledgehammer at one of the coin machines. Identified as one of the two suspects in the robbery, he caused chaos, while his partner threatened the clerks with a gun, demanding money. The robbers made off with $1,000 in cash. Number 14. Pulling off the license plates, working the night shift. You hope there won't be much fuss like during the day, but suddenly, a truck crashes into the gas station, shocking you. Check out this video. A man, driving his vehicle at a pretty fast speed, loses control and crashes straight into the gas station, flipping everything upside down in the store. The man steps out of his truck, looks around, and tries removing the license plate. Although it's held on tightly, he eventually pulls it off and sneaks away quietly. Little did the guy know, a surveillance camera had already captured enough footage of his truck to get the information on the ownership. Number 15. Stealing beer cans went wrong. In the footage, a black man enters the store, trying to steal a 12-pack of beer. It was the second time this guy had targeted the gas station in 2 weeks. But this time, the clerk was quick on the draw, locking the doors and trapping the thief inside. The man tried everything, kicking the glass door and using a beer bottle to smash it open. But nothing worked. Eventually, the police showed up and arrested him. The clerk suspected the man planned to sell the beer rather than drink it. Number 16. From banana to a knife. In Huntsville, Alabama, a customer entered a store pretending to buy a banana. After leaving briefly, he returned with a different agenda. Following a quick exchange of words, he revealed his plan to rob the place. Pulling out a knife, he kicked open the counter door, only to find the clerk ready with a machete. The clerk hit the emergency button to lock the front door, trapping the suspect inside. But the suspect managed to kick the door open and flee, where a female accomplice was waiting outside. The male suspect grabbed the cash as the clerk struggled with the accomplice. The clerk retaliated by hitting the suspect's car. Despite the chaos, both suspects were later identified and sentenced to 3 years probation. Number 17. Slammed into an SUV. In the Florence Graham neighborhood of South LA, a car crashed into a gas station, causing significant damage. Surveillance video from the Shell station at Firestone and Compton Avenue captured the incident. The footage shows a Chrysler colliding with a van before slamming into the gas station. About a minute later, 2 women exited the car. The clerk mentioned hearing the driver attempting to restart the car, but when that failed, the individuals inside the vehicle got out and sneaked in thin air. Number 18. Boom goes the station. This gas station blew up ceiling high. At first, everything seems normal, but then suddenly, boom, the ground explodes, sending up walls of flames. Thankfully, there is no one around otherwise who knows what could have happened. The flames kept on burning for a long time, as the gases escaped. Number 19. Bee attack. It was a typical day at a gas station in Xinjiang until a swarm of bees suddenly descended on the area. Firefighters acted bravely, using high-pressure water hoses to drive the bees away. They quickly drenched every part of the gas station, effectively stopping the swarm from causing any more trouble. Number 20. Scooter thieves. A group of teenagers on scooters targeted a gas station employee in a brazen attack. Shockingly, this was the second time the same group had robbed the gas station, and it was the same employee who was attacked. The teens initially came in to refuel, but quickly turned on the clerk as he returned to the convenience store. They stole money from his pockets, assaulted him, and left him lying on the ground. Despite the brutal attack, the employee returned to work the very next day. Number 21. A Good Samaritan. The wreck went down at a pantry shop. Smoke was everywhere, and people were scrambling to help the driver and passenger in the car. A Good Samaritan, just there for a late-night snack that turned into a nightmare, jumped in to help without hesitation. Surveillance footage caught the wild moment when a car sped across Holden Road and smashed into a gas pump. When McIntyre arrived, the driver struggled to free himself from the wreck.
All he could do was just wander around in circles. He didn't even know what day it was. There was some pretty severe facial trauma.
But what caught his eye was a girl in the back seat with her right leg pinned up in the front passenger seat. An absolute mess. Number 22. Cigarette lighter. So, this driver in Russia definitely wasn't thinking straight. Footage shows that she's trying to pump gas, but it's so freaking cold that the gas pump is frozen solid. Instead of waiting it out or, doing something logical, she decides to bust out a cigarette lighter to defrost the pump handle. The moment she flicks that lighter, the gas vapors go up in flames. Then, instead of backing off, she tries to yank the pump out, and surprise, the fire spreads even more. We have no clue what happened next, because the person recording the whole mess was smart enough to drive off and get out of there. Number 23. Fearless woman becomes hero. Accidents can happen anytime and anywhere, and fire accidents are hazardous. A gas station is one of the worst places for such incidents. This man on his motorbike was shocked when his bike suddenly caught fire while refueling. As everyone else ran away, a brave woman quickly used a fire extinguisher to extinguish the flames. Number 24. Swarm of birds. We've all heard about animals wandering around gas stations, but I bet none of us expected a bird takeover. This video shows a swarm of birds going full-on Hitchcock and attacking a gas station. Fortunately, no one got hurt. Even the birds came out unscathed. But man, did this bird strike mess with business. Sales took a hit, with customers probably more focused on dodging dive-bombing birds than filling up their tanks. Number 25. Ghost in gas station. At the Marathon gas station, a mysterious, eerie, blue ghostly image was caught on surveillance video. The image lingered in one spot for half an hour before suddenly flying off. At one point, it even appeared on a car's windshield before floating away. Some believed it was a ghost.
Bag!
It looks like a plastic bag to me.
While others suggested it had something to do with the area's history, possibly linked to an old Indian reservation. Number 26. SUV smashed into the pump. It was a typical cloudy day in Connecticut, with everyone doing their business, until an unexpected incident threw everything into chaos. An SUV slammed into a gas pump, igniting a massive fire that quickly roared to life. The flames spread fast, making drivers pull over in a panic and call for help urgently. Number 27. A close call from God. This guy didn't realize the dangers of his reckless actions as he tried to exit the gas station. The driver of a white car attempted to leave by reversing in the direction of his exit route, but he didn't bother checking where he was backing up. He ended up slamming directly into one of the fuel fillers. The situation could have gone wrong if he had hit the fuel filler any harder, potentially causing a massive fire at the station. You can imagine where that could have led. Number 28. Catfight at station. A simple trip to a gas station for snacks turned into a deadly brawl when a deranged woman approached a family car and escalated their argument into a violent confrontation. Hair was pulled, punches were exchanged, and the enraged woman assaulted 3 of the family members without reason. The family members, who have their faces blurred for confidentiality, banded together in an attempt to defend themselves against the crazed woman. She was charged and arrested shortly after the incident. Number 29. High as a kite. If crazy had a face, this would be it. This lady is doing all sorts of weird things in this gas station. She is freaking out, screaming at the gas station employee for seemingly no reason. And the employee, he is super freaked out. The lady is throwing the stuff off the counter, screaming. Even a customer who stumbled in is confused as to what is happening. Can't blame them though. I'd be scared too in this scenario. Number 30. Cop attacked. It was supposed to be a regular day for this police officer, but it became a nightmare. Surveillance video shows how 2 teenagers ambushed a Detroit police officer at a gas station store. One of them pushes the officer into a snack shelf. The officer shows resilience and courage as he tries to stop them, but things quickly spiral out of control. One of the teenagers forcefully punches and slams the officer to the ground, leaving him defenseless and hopeless as they both flee the store. Number 31. Lost the car at the gas station. On a rainy day, a victim refueled his Volkswagen at a hillside gas station when a purple Ford pulled up. A man wearing a red vest got out of the Ford, quickly jumped into the victim's car, and drove away with another getaway car. The victim watched anxiously as this happened. Number 32. Bring the fight on. Another horrible incident occurred outside a gas station when 2 groups of strangers started a fight with each other. The situation quickly escalated as harsh words were exchanged, and one member from one group attacked someone from the other group. A rough fight broke out, with both sides exchanging punches and kicks. Number 33. Caren messed with the wrong people. Some people have a knack for being a sore thumb wherever they go, but sometimes they face someone who knows how to put them in their place. When a group of bikers encountered an alleged Caren at a gas station, they knew exactly how to handle him. He had stopped them and picked a fight, but his biggest mistake was slapping one of the bikers' helmets. The result? The Caren got exactly what he deserved as he ended up in a fierce fight with the bikers. Number 34. Grizzly visiting the store. Gas station stores aren't only open to humans. Sometimes they can attract unexpected guests, like this giant grizzly bear that kept raiding the store for candy and snack bars. Perhaps the bear had run out of these treats in the forest.
Apparently that night, the bear laid down on the floor and ate a whole box of 3 Musketeers.
But the employee had to end the mischievous thefts. The Animal Protection Squad was called in and chased the bear away for good. Number 35. A sudden fire. In this video, you can see a fire suddenly breaking up in the gas station. The fire brigade arrived swiftly. However, just as the overhang of the station suddenly collapsed, a firefighter narrowly escaped being crushed. Several other firefighters rushed to his aid, leading to 2 of them sustaining injuries. The cause of the fire is still unknown. Number 36. Biker's worst nightmare. The worst nightmare for any bike owner came true when a pair of robbers swooped in and stole a bike from a gas station while the owner was inside the store. The thieves approached the bike and, with one of them using his magic hands, started it up. He hopped on the bike and sped off, followed closely by his partner, driving a getaway car. Number 37. Lions at the station. The last thing any car owner wants to see at a gas station is a herd of lions. Luckily, when this group of lions showed up, only a pair of dogs came face to face with them. The situation could have turned much darker in just minutes if it had been humans. Number 38. Doggo needed some help. Dealing with intruders inside a gas station can be challenging, especially for employees who may not know how to handle them. The incident occurred when local cops were called to help remove a large dog that refused to leave the gas station.
He's definitely a house dog.
He's got to be.
He has to be.
In here like he knows where he's going.
He's clean. He's a big boy.
With the officer's assistance, the dog was successfully escorted out of the store and reunited with its family, avoiding the tragic fate of being abandoned or lost. Number 39. Cops saved the day. In the video, a woman drove up and revved her car's engine so aggressively that thick smoke quickly filled the vehicle, trapping her inside. Alarmed, Tony wasted no time and called the police. Luckily, Montgomery County Judge Stephen O'Neill happened to be nearby. He sprang into action, opening a window and unlocking the back door to let the smoke out. Moments later, Lower Merion police officers arrived and urgently called out to the woman, but she didn't respond.
The officer kept on yelling at her, "Madam, madam, get out the car," and there was no response.
As the smoke grew more intense and suffocating, officers repeatedly tried to smash open the passenger side window. Finally, they broke the glass with a crowbar and saved the women. Number 40. Women who did not let go of thieves. In Milwaukee, a woman refueling her car faced an unexpected ordeal. A group of suspects exited their vehicle, jumped into Melissa's car, and tried to drive away. Melissa bravely jumped onto the hood of her car as it was being stolen. The suspects wanted to shake her off by braking hard, but Melissa held on tight. Frustrated, the suspects gave up and drove away in their car, leaving Melissa's car behind. Number 41. Brave guy the world needs. We need more people like this gas station employee in our lives. He didn't think twice before putting himself in front of an armed robber to protect a kidnapped victim. His instincts told him that the woman who had just entered the store with a man was in trouble, and his intuition proved correct.
He forced her to withdraw money from ATMs around town.
When the woman quickly hid behind him as he confronted the kidnapper, he managed to drive away the kidnapper and get the woman to safety. Although the suspect claimed to have a weapon, the brave cashier showed no fear and confronted him boldly, winning the admiration of everyone who witnessed his courageous actions. Number 42. Kidnapped in black sedan. The day began like any other at the gas station, as the victim went about her usual routine until a black man wearing a jacket suddenly entered the store and forcefully grabbed her. Dragging her toward a white sedan with an open door, he ordered her to get inside. The victim tried to escape, but her attempt was thwarted as the suspect shoved her into the car and assaulted her when she resisted. With no chance to break free, the man locked the door, got into the car, and sped away from the scene. Number 43. A smart customer. It was a casual night for an innocent man pumping diesel into his car when a van arrived, and suspects approached with the intent to rob him. The victim cleverly used an intelligent technique by pouring diesel on the attackers, creating a diversion among them. One of the suspects pretended to have a weapon, pointing it at the victim, but he and his group were forced to flee from the scene. Number 44. Car theft at gas station. At the Citgo station in Chicago, a shocking turn of events occurred when a man dashed into the driver's seat of an SUV and drove off. Surveillance footage reveals another angle where the suspect arrives from a side street in a white car and steals the SUV, with the white car trailing behind. Additional footage shows two armed men forcibly removing a driver from his vehicle and vanishing in thin air. Number 45. Reckless driving at its peak. Reckless driving is dangerous enough, but driving dangerously close to a gas station is a big no-no for everyone. This driver was speeding recklessly, and the outcome was far from what he expected. His high-speed car crashed into the gas station and caught fire. The incident was captured on camera, serving as a stark lesson in the dangers of reckless driving. Number 46. Most sneaky thief. YouTube. As a woman refueled her car, the gas station was operating in its usual peace. Next to her vehicle, a man in a tank top emerged from his car and quickly approached hers. He stealthily opened the door, snatched her bag, and quietly closed the door. He then returned to his car and drove off, leaving the scene. That about does it for this video. Which of these gas station weirdness was your favorite? Do let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed watching. And if you are new to the channel, why not subscribe? Trust me, it is well worth it. See you in the next one. Goodbye.